Pandora, you are a liar. First of all,
Hey, so first of all, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for having the strength to stand up and to speak out. But I also want to say I'm not surprised that you seeing right through their web of deceit. Your intuition is on point. So you will find that group that consists of people like Uncle Birch, Bree Witch, Little Box of Jars, Pandora, Mia Moon. Every so often they kick up with these false allegations and slanderous rumours about us because, well, they're trying to be relevant. We have consistently proved these rumours wrong, but they keep telling them and they keep adding to them. And just to show you that I am not lying, have a look at this. So they like to tell everyone that we called CPS. They have zero proof. They can't produce a screenshot, a voice recording, anything of us going, hey, we're bored, let's call CPS on someone. However, I can. This is Not So Old Chrome over with their side. And if you read this message here, this is her admitting to calling CPS on Mystic Miami over TikTok drama. She called CPS over TikTok drama. There's the receipt right there. It is not a baseless rumour. It is fact. There it is. We had CPS called on one of our members, not the other way around. So here's a little educational moment for you. Do you ever hear some of those Bree Witch and Uncle Birch over on the other side wagging the finger and saying, if you lie on a witch, the other side sees, you'll get your comeuppance? Do you know where they're taking that from? The Irish path. It's called giving a false oath. In Ireland, your word was extremely important and it was so dishonourable to give false oath on somebody. We took our oaths very seriously, and another one you will have heard of is taking oath by land, by sky, by sea. It's Irish. And it is a seriously bad idea to give false oath on another practitioner because, yes, the other side does say if you give false oath, the ancestors turn their back on you. If the ancestors turn their back on you, the land itself turns its back on you. The land turns its back on you. The people turn their back on you. In other words, you brought about your own end. False oath is a false testament. In today's words, a slanderous rumour, such as saying a certain group of practitioners called CPS, when you know very well that they haven't and that it was you all along. So let me really quickly address another false oath that was given by these people, saying that we rang the police on Orsa or on other members in their group. They'll never be able to produce a screenshot or a voice recording of us saying, hey, we're bored, let's call a form of authority on a person. But of course, I can. Here's Pandora out the box news in the black. We are in the blue. And you can see our response there. Pandora, hey, us, what's up? So collectively, me and others are calling the cops on Orsa to tie up the phones at the police station. We getting this beep taken down you in. Our response, no thanks. I'm not feeding the beast. Never ever do we call forms of authority on people, especially people of colour. That, my friends, is a false oath. Oh, and what about all their little minions, you ask? Okay, let me explain them as well. People giving false oath were well known and are well documented for bringing in oath helpers. In other words, minions to spread the false oath. And their hope by joining forces and joining together to spread the false oath was that the power would socially crush the innocent person they were testifying against. But they forgot something really important. When you give a false oath, it is not just socially, it is also spiritually to the other side. And you can't lie to the other side. And what would happen with this? Well, justice would be served. Most practitioners that gave false oaths, well, they heralded their own downfall. Everything in their lives would go wrong. They would go hungry, their health would fail, their relationships would break up, their loved ones would wither away, they would wither away. And hey, just for good measure, because I am not a false oather, let me show you one more, just because. So over there, they try to spread the narrative that we're taking legal action on them. That is not true. They have tried to take legal action on us. Like here, there's a summons filed on Mystic Miami by Scrying Seer Rob. And he's not the only one that tried. Bree Witch also tried. Rob's was kicked out of court. Bree Witch ended up being fined. We have not taken anyone to court, but we have been found innocent in a court of law. Every false oath that they give, we can prove wrong. They are weak, they are powerless, and they are dishonourable. Everything that they levy at us is a projection of them. This is why when I teach my people with Irish heritage, I teach you to walk the honourable path. It is so important. I want you to look at my history, go all the way back on Witch Talk, and look at every single person that gave false oath about me. What happened to them? I didn't have to lift a finger. Their lives got destroyed. Every single person. That's an aha moment for you now, isn't it? You're like, oh, yeah, see? I take my witchcraft very seriously, and I make sure I walk an honourable path because I work very close to the Irish ancestors. In fact, I am given many gifts by them, and anyone that comes to me for divination or spell work will know that what I am saying is fact. It is well known on the Irish path that depending on the severity of the false oath that you give, that you will curse yourself by the words that come out of your own mouth to false oath on another person. The oath helpers don't get away with it either. You will share in the misery. What the real saying is when you lie on another witch, you destroy yourself. I thought it was time I educated you on that one.